Rick, you'll be pleased to know we've already had some responses, and Simon and Mark have already emailed us in this link to something that was on the BBC News website. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's a remarkable story. Lion mutilates 42 midgets in Cambodian ring fight. That's just the headline.
That's a hell of a headline. That makes me want to know more about the story.
Well, that's what
a headline should do.
Spectators cheered as entire Cambodian midget fighting league squared off against African lion. Tickets had been sold out 3 weeks before the much-anticipated fight. The fight was organised when an angry fan contested Yang Shamoni, president of the CMFL, claiming that one lion could defeat his entire league of 42 fighters. Well, the fight was ended, Rick, after only 12 minutes, after which 28 of the midget fighters were declared dead.
Right.
While the other 14 suffered severe injuries, including broken bones, lost limbs, and they were basically unable to fight.
But the lion wasn't hurt?
It would have seemed that the lion was okay.
Oh, good. Well, that's amazing.
Carl, what are your thoughts instantly? I mean, you're bound to have a take on that.
See, what's annoying me is I've sent money to Cambodia because apparently they're hungry and haven't got any energy. So what's going on?
Well, it's much easier to fill up a midget than it is a regular Cambodian. You know, they're
I just
happy
feel
on
like
a Mars bar.
I'm being cheated a bit.
You were conned before with a charity, weren't you?
Well, a few times, yeah.
What about the old lady? What was that?
I got stopped, and it's like they sort of drag you in by saying, "Have you got a gran?" And I said, "No, they died," and that. It's like, "Oh, did they die of the cold?" No, she's, ill. What have you? Just old age. He said, "Well, what happens with a lot of people's grans is they die in the cold, right?" So I was like, "Oh, that's bad, isn't it?" Anyway, so she's chatting and she's showing me pictures of these old women who look cold, right? Saying, "Look at her, that's Edna. She's got no family. She can't pay the bills and all that."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh yeah." Anyway, it goes on for about 15 minutes, and you feel bad. You give them your bank details, right? And what happens is every couple of months you get a letter from Edna. Well, it's not from her; it's typed up and what have you. But there's a picture of Edna, right? And it's saying, "Oh, this December, Edna's going to be extra cold. It's cold outside. She can't afford to pay the heat and what have you."
Yeah.
Keep going, right? So you keep paying every month like £5, whatever. Get another letter a few months later, right? Edna's sat there. She's got a tan.
What do you mean she's got a tan?
Well, when they said, she's cold, I thought they meant for the heating, not to send her on holiday for a month. She sat there with a tan. I'm not joking.
Are you sure it wasn't just a slight problem in the printing?
No, definitely.
Sure, it
she
wasn't
looked well happy.
Sure, it wasn't liver failure.
You see, when does it become bad to avoid people like that? Do you know what I mean? Because some people say you shouldn't. They're people like us who just had a bit of bad luck.
Well, of course they are.
Yeah, I know, but I remember one on our estate, right? And she was a bit. What's the word that you can use? Because I don't want to offend anyone. But I'd say but sort of mental homeless. Is that a term?
That's the official term.
I think that is the
new official term. It's mental homeless-itis.
Right. So she lived on the estate and what have you, and she aged.
How was she homeless if she lived on the estate?
Well, she sort of decided to stay around there because I think people on the estate spoke to her more than people who had money. So this mental homeless woman on the estate, and what she used to do, right? She acted quite normal, and she used to always push like a pram around with her, right? Everyone was like, "She can't have a kid, can she?" Right? And she was dead happy every day. She was up and down, walking up and down the road. Anyway, one day she sort of walked past, right? Turned round and looked in the pram. There's a bucket with a face on it.
Rick, we've had an email here from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him, because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, and he's calling himself this, Paul the Party Animal Parker. He's emailed in. He's given himself that moniker.
Right, I assume they're in sort of like quote marks,
They're
are they?
in speech marks, yeah. Paul
Brilliant.
Party Animal Parker.
And he's calling himself that?
Yeah.
That I can't wait to...
So when you picture him, what are you thinking?
Millhouse.
Right, okay.
I think he looks like Millhouse from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
He's
working in sort of an IT department, maybe?
Yeah,
for a large
possibly.
organisation?
I think he might still be at school.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And this is the vital question. Do you believe him to be a party animal?
I believe him to be a party animal is as much as a man with a long scarf that his mum knitted him to look like Doctor Who can be a party animal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think that when people are organising parties at his school, they're thinking the first person they got on the list and make sure he's guaranteed as
You've got to take Paul the party animal.
Because
Because I bet he's got millions of affectations. I bet he wants to be known as the one that carries around a biscuit tin.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the scarf.
He's the guy who only ever wears bowling shoes. It's his thing. It's his thing. He's a little bit kooky, it's his thing. And it is fairly interesting what he sent in. He's found this on the web. A Serbian man who has invented a sex machine for women. And he's appealing to Western women to test his device. It runs on a 390-volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. As soon as I read this, I was thinking... It's just imagining there going, oh, thanks for coming in, yeah, okay. So there's what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop out from here, and it's going to have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine. I've got to stand behind here. There's a lot of dials and stuff. I don't want to bore you with.
Well, why do you have to stand behind it? Just
I can't. It's technical stuff, but I got to be behind the machine.
But there's no penis on the robot at the moment. It's just a hole.
No, don't worry. What'll happen is I'll switch the machine on. I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking penis?
It will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular fleshy human penis.
So you've made this sort of like robotic penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance.
Okay, well, I don't want to see yours.
No, there's absolutely not.
Because I've not come around here to have sex with a person.
I know, you've come around to test the machine.
Yeah,
and that is exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
a piece of mechanical action.
To a lot of people, sex is important, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Not to you?
Well, it serves a purpose.
What purpose?
No.
Because you don't want to have kids, so what purpose?
Just you know,
something to do in the evening.
something to do, innit?
When the telly's broke.
But for years, like they've found stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that similar to that setup.
No machines in Roman times.
Like that though, the old sort of knob on a stick machine thing.
The old Roman knob-on-a-stick. I'm sorry, but I watch Time Team every week, and Tony Robinson has never done an old knob-on-a-stick machine.
I just think of Julius Caesar sitting down and go, okay, aqueduct, we love that. Thanks for that. Straight roads, good idea. We can see the enemy coming. What have you got there?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
Ploncticus. What have you got there? Wanklicus.
What I've got here is a Yodi knob. And I've put that on the end of a stick.
Oh, a stick of phallus. Okay, well done, Wanklicus.
No.
Well done. You are my new right-hand man, as they say.
No,
excellent.
But they do stuff like that. You've been in the London Museum and that, and they've got sort of sex stuff from years ago. They've got like these metal pants that they used to wear.
I don't know what that is.
Metal pants.
Yeah, sort of.
Is
metal.
that a chastity belt? You mean? They used to make women wear them so that they could.
No, but they had them for blokes as well, though.
Metal pants for blokes.
Yeah,
Why?
I just think they sort of like sexy metal pants.
What? Oh, I don't know what you mean with sexy metal pants.
Well, they'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something I remember seeing, some sort of sexy metal pants that they used to wear.
But what are you saying, sexy metal pants?
That was not British Museum, that was Soho.
No, what I mean...
That was Old Compton Street, you were looking
they
in the shop
always
window.
had to be ready for like battle and that, but these were a little bit sexy, but protective at the same time.
I love that! So, Lancelot, are you ready to face the Black Knight? Yeah, what do you think of these? Huh?
I just want to look good on the battlefield. Will there be women watching, cheering us on?
Well, you're not going to fight like that, are you? What about your
I'm going to wear nothing except these sexy metal pants.
But what about your chest is exposed?
No, well, it's a good chest. I'll be working out.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is, you want metal all over.
I've actually been lifting up the round table every week. I just work out. I do that about 4 times a day.
But that machine, right? Why did it have to be a woman, or could they have got a little gay fella in?
I don't know.
Let me just check. It doesn't actually specify the small print here.
I love that. Why do you want to see a little gay fella be...
I don't want to see it. I'm just saying they're sort of more...
Carl, why do you want...
I don't want to see
Why
it.
do you want to watch a gay man get buggered by a robot?
I wasn't the one typing in gay machines on the internet, finding stuff out about them.
It's not a
Steve
gay
was.
machine. You just made it into a gay machine.
Yeah, he wanted to pleasure women with this machine. You're saying, can I see a little gay fella get a robotic cock up his arse? You're the one requesting that, Karl
I don't want
Pilkington.
that. I'm just saying that.
You're the one that want to see gay men with metal stuff up their anus.
No, what I'm saying is they're more up for a bit more experimentation than...
What are you saying? Why is that the case?
Why? Why'd you say that?
No, just they just, you know, butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is...
What, you can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they'd be up for it.
What do you know about butt plugs?
Well, I don't know anything about them. I just remember seeing an advert for some once in a sex shop.
What are you doing?
No, I wasn't. I was just walking past. I was walking past the sex shop and that. And
Your eyes
sort of looking.
Why were you walking past a sex shop?
Just because I was on the way to work and that, and I passed one, and there was a little sort of one. It was open early, which I never understood. Right, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. Right, and
Who's rushing out?
Who's rushing out? Yeah, who needs them now? Right, but I
must get a bagel and some poppers on the way to work.
I walked past it, and it had like a little post-it note or postcard type thing, and it was like pop in now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plugs. And I didn't know what they for. I'd never heard of them before. But all I'm saying is I've since found out what they do with them.
What
and
do
if they do that with them, then give them a go on that.
XFM 104.9, kicking off there with the Dandy Warhol Steve.
Sure.
Ricky Gervais Show with me,
Steve.
Steve Merchant.
Well, then always let me say that.
Well, I thought you would.
What?
Well, it's 1:05, isn't it?
Already an error has occurred.
Yeah,
It's a shame, 'cause it could have been slick.
But Steve, we've got some great music.
We've got some
I've
good
been on a bit of a soul tip this week,
Are
to
you
be honest.
really?
Yeah, I was a
Right.
bit of a folky last week, but you know, you got stuff from like early Bowie, some Stevie Wonder,
Sure.
a little bit of Groove Armada. We've got the classics. We've got Coldplay. We got Blur. We got Ash.
Sure,
We haven't planned anything for the show.
Got nothing, have you? You're just reading the list of songs there.
of songs that I
Thinking
might
that
play.
will fill up some time.
Oh, no.
Anything interesting happened to you over the week? Nope.
No, I just swore off air, and
Yeah.
Carl went, never swear in an on-air studio.
I love it when Carl tries to sound like he's professional and understands the business.
Yeah.
You don't fool us, Carl.
Yeah.
Eh? Oh, I wish I could buy like a Carl, you know, like those Garfields you can stick on a car window.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon we should be able to get a car like that we could send out as a gift to people.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't
Just
it?
his little face pressed up against the glass, like a window licker.
Yeah, like you'd have to lick his face to stick it
Yeah,
there.
that'd be a joy.
Oh, bless him. Or one of those things you throw out a window and it sort of like flaps down. You say they sell them for £1.
Yeah, exactly. on Oxford Street.
What are they
Or
called?
those little dancing
baby
cars.
pigeons. That's what we used to
Yes.
use. Or frogs from
Sure.
the pond.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
cruelty to animals, and I don't condone that. And it was a joke before the RSPCA phone in and say stop throwing frogs at windows.
Well, people who are listening...
And I
know
don't mean the French, by the way. That sounds like xenophobic. Before someone calls in and says stop throwing French people at windows.
Yeah.
So I'm digging myself into a
Yeah,
hole here, aren't I?
yeah.
It's all gone horribly
Quick,
wrong.
mention the Germans and then let's get out.
yeah. I don't mind the Germans.
No, good.
Carl.
I wonder if people know what Carl looks like in the wide world. Is there any reason why they should have you ever
He's
featured
sort of-
on anything, or
He's like Moby. He looks like Moby.
he does look like Moby? Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Does that help?
Is that a compliment?
Sort of a Moby who's
Mank.
had a bit of a tough paper round when he was younger.
Yeah, that's
look
right.
a bit more knackered than Moby.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think Moby's great. He's one of those people that every he opens his mouth, I sort of, I'd love to be mates with him. He talks sense, he's interesting, he's lovely. I don't like his records. There's nothing I can do about that. If I ever become top mates with him, and after about a few years of us like driving around and having a bite, I'll go, Moby, I've never liked anything you've ever done.
Is that what you do with your mates? Just drive round? What are you, 16?
Never.
I've
never done that.
Go to a car park and just do handbrakes.
Never. I haven't done that since I was like 17 when like it was great to someone had a car.
You couldn't believe that you were just moving.
I remember once, right, my mate, Bob had a car and there was me and another friend in it, and we were young, we were about sort of 18, and he did a U-turn when he shouldn't, and this motorbike hit him and came off, and the music, it was just turning the music down, it was really, really bad, right, and he was there and he was really worried, and the motorbike bloke was dazed, and he went, "You okay, I'm really sorry," and the bloke said, "Yeah," and I put my head out the window and went, "Sorry about that, mate, that's the third one today." And this motorbike just looked at him and he went, "No, don't do that, Gervais. Why'd you do that? Why'd you say that? I just thought it would be funny." I didn't really understand the severity of this.
Have I told on the radio before about that time when I just passed my test and I was driving my parents' Volvo estate and we went off driving down some country lanes? Have I
Is
mentioned
this the
that?
one with the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told you, have I?
Yeah.
Have I told you, Carl?
No, go on.
Well, then maybe I'll tell you a bit
Oh,
later
let's
on.
play a
Yeah,
record.
play a record, I'll tell you that.
There's a
It's
great
quite fun.
anecdote about a Volvo estate coming up.
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff you're getting on XFM this Saturday afternoon.
Do you want some Coldplay or what?
Oh, I'd love to.
Coldplay. Don't panic.
Oh.
That's the title of the song as well as what I was saying. In fact, I was just saying the title of the song,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest, making it sound like it was Conversation,
yeah.
XFM 104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show with Steve Merchant.
Thanks.
You were going to tell us a little story about a
Just
Volvo
past my
estate?
test,
Yeah.
my parents had a big Volvo estate, and it's quite a big
Oh, I
car
don't
to drive.
drive. My parents didn't have a car.
But I know you don't drive cars, Rick, but it's got a big car to drive if you just passed your test.
It's safe though, isn't it?
It is very safe, that was the thing.
Yeah.
And come from the West Country, obviously, there's quite a lot of windy lanes around
No,
there.
you're joking, do you?
They have cars there.
Well, here it comes. Blimey, Carl.
Learnt on a tractor, automatic it was.
Do you want me to tell it or not?
Oh! Don't go about the accent! Oh no, I'm not a Wurzel, go on. Go on.
So I went to this party.
You have a go at him being from the north.
Not when he's telling an anecdote.
He's never told an anecdote.
Oh yeah, fair point.
Yeah, go on.
So I went to a party, and I was quite excited because I had the car, I had the motor, and there was a chick heading down to the party that I was like, I had my eye on. And I thought, now I've got a car, and going to the party, it's going to be amazing, right?
You glass
And
eye,
various friends had said, like, can we get a lift? I thought, yeah, groovy.
Yeah,
I'll pick up the chick as well, who was a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
So cruising down to the party in the motor, the Volvo estate, and there's nothing sexier than that. Slipping a little bit of Billy Joel on the stereo or whatever, something classy.
Go changing.
Exactly. And maybe it was Billy Ocean. I think I maybe had it was quite a Billy.
Maybe it
Billy
was
face.
get out of my dreams, get into my car.
Ideally.
Yeah.
So I get to the party, and inevitably it was one of those house parties where the chick that I had my eye on, she kind of was chatting to other guys, and she wasn't really paying attention to me, and I was sort of
Saying how to get, was she again?
same old story.
Oh, they make me
They know
laugh.
how to tease, don't they, the
make me
ladies?
laugh. Who are they kidding?
So I'd follow her like a dog, from room to room, and watch her
Quite
while,
literally, sometimes he was barking.
Yeah.
Go on.
and while just watch her while she talked to other blokes. And then obviously I wasn't, because I was driving, I wasn't drinking, so I was not really enjoying myself. And then somebody said, should we go and pick up Vera? And I thought, right, okay. And they went, Steve's got a car, let's all leap in there, we'll go pick up Vera. And this girl was like up for it as well, so I thought, brilliant, I'll be back in the car with her, away from all these lads.
Yeah.
One guy she had her eye on, he came as well, I was a little bit annoyed.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was in the car, so I'm driving down these country lanes, just driving along, and they're directing me, they're saying, go left here, go right. And then suddenly, we stop, and one of them goes, just drive into that field, this pitch black field, right? And I'm sort of, well, it is my parents' car. Just drive in the field, Steve. I'm thinking, well, I don't want to, not seem like I'm a hard, cool, crazy kind of guy, because the chick's in the car. So drove the car into the field, they all leapt out, started running off into the darkness, shouting, Vera, 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 where are you? So I'm just sort of sat there in the car, waiting.
Wasn't Vera Lynn, was it? Because she likes to hide in fields.
Bizarrely, it wasn't.
Right.
It was just, I was just left in the car on my own with Billy Ocean, and suddenly, out of the darkness, they come back holding a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig that they had stole from a nearby farm, and they knew that the pig was called Vera because someone knew the farmer or something. Anyway, so they got this pig. So now they're going, "I'll put the pig in the back of the car. We'll take it back to the party. It'll be hilarious." I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure I want a pig and all its piggy crap in the car, right, crammed in there. But they say, yeah. So obviously, I'm thinking again, I don't want to look like I'm a nerd. I'm terrified of that, Rick, ever happened.
Yeah.
So,
So you go, hey, bring the pig into the car.
Exactly.
I'm no nerd.
Exactly.
Yeah, go on.
So now we drive off again. I got this pig kind of screeching in the back of the car, and they say, stop again, let's do some cow tipping. And they do that old thing, about the fact because cows sleep standing up, don't they? So you can push a cow over and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're having a wild time, hilarious. So this time, now we get to a sort of dead end in the road, and they say, well, turn around, let's go back to the party. And I'm thinking, fine. Try and do a 3-point turn in this very narrow country lane, right? Get the Volvo estate wedged horizontally across the road. Can't get it out, just can't seem to sort it out. I don't know what, I'm panicking because there's a pig in the car, right? And, local disgruntled farmers, right? People drunk, partying, probably off their head on some kind of weed, Rick.
Was it loads of blokes with, pitchforks and flaming torches
Exactly.
going, burn him. He's playing with our pig.
Exactly that. And so that, I was so terrified that all I could think was they're gonna have to send a helicopter to lower a magnet onto the top of the car to lift the car up and put it the right way round.
You used to read a lot of comics, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I started doing?
What?
Crying.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why?
So started crying, just very slightly, started getting upset. And the other guy that the girl fancied, he had to get into the driving seat and sort it out for me by slowly edging forward
So
and
that's the
backwards.
worst bit of the whole story?
Yeah, edging slowly back and forwards. He just sorted it out, just slowly worked the car back round, and then we were off.
You're just gently weeping.
Just gently
where
weeping in the back.
The bloke had just taken the bird that you saw from a distance.
Exactly.
That was basically your wife in your head by then.
Oh, yes.
Wasn't it? I can't
We were
believe it.
happily married with a pig for a child.
Don't joke, that could happen.
I know.
The pigs come, if you like.
Sorry?
What?
What did you say? What did you say? What did you say?
When you do what, Carl?
What did you say? No, what did you say? Because I don't want to have to go to the radio authority again. What did you say then? Just remember.
We are going out live, Carl.
Yeah, remember Tom Binns, right? What did you say?
What I'm saying is, why were they shouting Vera? Because pigs don't come to the name, do they?
Hey? I don't know the ins and outs of pig, you know, how to lure a pig into your trap.
Can I just tell you some very, very interesting things about pigs?
Please do.
Right. One, everyone knows they have a corkscrew-shaped penis, right?
Yeah,
A corkscrew-shaped
Yeah.
penis. That's the tail, isn't it?
Two, they can't look up. They can't put their head back and look up, right? Three, they can have a 30-minute orgasm.
Rick, is it only pigs that have got a corkscrew-shaped penis?
No, and landlords.
Okay.
Very handy.
Here's one for you.
Go on.
Like insect facts and stuff.
Go on.
If a man was a flea...
You could jump over St Paul's Cathedral.
No.
What?
Wrong. It's gone up now. It's... the big wheel. The big wheel.
The Millennium Wheel.
Now. It's gone up now. Play a record. You're the best.
Doves, Caught by the River on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant,
Hello there.
Carl Pilkington and everything. No, I'm going to be honest with you.
Go on.
A little bit hungover,
Yeah.
don't feel very well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm hungover or still a bit drunk, but I don't feel...
You sound like you're still a bit drunk.
Yeah, so what
But
I'm
then
worried
you do
about...
every week, so...
But what I'm worried about is that the standard will slip. Yeah,
Sure.
if I'm not right on the ball. And the other thing is, I haven't had a lot of time to prepare the show today,
Okay.
so I don't, I don't really, I don't feel, you know,
100%.
yeah, I haven't done the Carl.
Right.
Look,
Have you finished that sentence?
I don't make me laugh because it hurts as well. And there's another side effect to me being a little bit hungover or drunk or whatever, right, is that I can be annoying.
Right, yes, yes.
Because just to amuse myself, I sort of like turn my body off a little bit and just poke and like that and annoy people and that. I want to sort of like.
Well, you do the
climb-
physical equivalent of freewheeling.
yeah,
don't
yeah.
you? You just
I sort of want to climb on Carl and go to sleep on him.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
They'll both annoy him and it'd be comfortable.
Yes. Yes.
Which is, you know, can be annoying.
Just a little thing, just to make this show a bit easier. If you'd put your hand up when you want one of us to speak, because it's not quite. I'm not quite sure when the sentences are finished.
The hands are up.
Okay, good. So
The hands are up.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. All right.
Okay.
Are you going to just keep them up the rest of the show, or?
No, that like Carl, do what you.
Good. All right. Do you want to? I mean, is there an excuse as to why you're a bit hungover?
Too
a bit
much
drunk?
wine.
Okay. All
Last
right.
night, yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. Thanks for
Okay.
that. Because this is the only. I mean, this is the only work you've got to do all week, isn't it? It's like, unless I'm very much mistaken, you don't have to do anything. You just sit at home eating cheese.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then occasionally you do a bit of sort of shadow boxing, and that's exercise. And then you sit and watch TV.
Yeah.
Is that roughly what you did this week?
Yeah.
So this is the only 2 hours you had to do anything for all week. This is you had to prepare for
Yeah,
this.
but who can plan a hangover?
Right.
You know, you'd think, Carl, you said you had some stuff.
Yeah.
What have you got? Yeah, I love the fact that, whereas I was a little bit slow, Carl there leapt into action to keep this show afloat, keep the pace up. Go on.
Right, well,
Carl, are you hungover as well, or?
I'm just a bit annoyed because I'm with you. Do you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
hasn't got much to do all week.
You're having a laugh.
What?
What angers me is I kind of hope that maybe I could have quite a long career in radio, and I sort of feel like I don't know, the word sinking ship.
Yeah.
Those words spring to mind.
But
Because it feels like, I mean, Carl, you're just a chancer anyway. You weren't even supposed to be on air, and we've made you into something of a household name, and that's cool. And Ricky's already a celebrity. He's got it stitched up. He's got corporates. He's got,
Yeah.
you know, voiceover work. But I've got nothing. I'm running on empty. I'm
Yeah.
not, nothing. I've got nothing. I'm sort of dependent a bit on this.
Yeah.
Financially. And,
Go on then. What
and
are
you two
saying?
are sort of bringing it down, really.
Right.
Do you reckon I
Carl.
can get my own show, Carl?
Carl. Tell
On
them
like
what I did
Capital
out there
Gold
with
or
the bin. No, Carl, tell them how funny I was out there with the bin a minute ago.
So anyway,
record,
come
Carl,
on,
I'm
right?
bored of this.
I tell you what. will we tease them with what we've got coming up next?
Yeah,
Carl, tease us after the next
Because I
record.
think we've already got them for 2 hours.
Yeah, we've hooked them, Carl. Don't worry, this is textbook radio.
What's this? Badly Drawn Boy.
Yeah.
Badly Drawn Boy. You were right. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Carl, you were saying what's coming up?
Right, over the next 2 hours then, last week was a bit of a mess.
Don't be silly.
So I've sorted it out. We'll be doing the same features.
Right.
We've got.
I think that was the reason it was a mess, if I'm honest.
Well.
You've tightened it, you tightened the ship.
Tightened it up, and also keeping people for longer.
Okay.
Right,
So-
tell me your plans. What
have you come up with
Tell
then?
me your ethos behind this, then.
Right.
Always show your workings, Carl.
Always show your workings, Carl.
Alright then, so last week we started good sort of play on words that we had going.
Go on.
The well-known film Educating Rita.
Yeah. That's become, thanks to Karl Pilkington's brain, it's become...
I've tweaked it a bit, and now it's Educating Ricky.
Brilliant.
Right? And that was a new feature we started last week, if you weren't listening, where I teach Ricky stuff.
What did you teach me?
Taught you about that little Chinese hairy kid.
Yeah, you didn't teach me anything. You said there was a kid that was born that was slightly hairy as other Chinese people.
Where the saying "chewing the fat" came from.
I enjoyed
That was good, that was interesting.
And
And a man who had a beard because he was being abducted for 3 days. Again, that was rubbish.
Lest we forget.
That taught me more about you than about alien abduction.
but what happened last week is
Go on.
we sort of talked about it all in one go, and you can't.
Whereas this week you've done what? You've spread it out over the show.
Well, I spread it across the 2 hours because I always found that if you try to be taught too much in one go, you just can't take it in and it'll be wasted.
Is that your experience of school?
Yeah,
They taught you in 3-minute bursts. You
Yeah,
might have
and not every day.
Yeah.
Every other
when you
month.
felt like it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we're going to do. Right.
So we've got Educating Ricky coming up. That's
Educating
exciting
Ricky across the 2 hours.
Okay, look forward to
and
that.
what I do is I've made little headlines again, and you decide which story you want to go
All of
for
them.
first.
Well, give me the first headline.
No, not yet. We'll do that. In
Well,
a bit.
give me a teaser.
Hang on a minute. I'm telling you what else.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We've also got. We started it last week. Rockbusters.
Oh yeah, that was a triumph.
Yeah.
I think we went wrong there.
Why?
By letting you do it?
Doing it on air?
Not thinking it through.
Yeah.
Bit of that.
Okay, so what's the rules on Rockbusters?
We're going to do Rockbusters,
Okay.
but you email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk when you know the answers,
Okay.
right? And sort of round near the end of the show, right?
Yep.
We'll give out the answers then. So if they think they know the answers, they've got to hang about.
Rick, I should tell you now,
I'm not hanging about.
don't think that the listeners are going to go away empty-handed, because there's some cracking prizes.
I was worried about that.
I can tell you where, and don't worry, because Carl has sorted out some top quality prizes.
Good.
First up, this is stuff that people can win, and be excited about this. First up, it's a DVD of The Office. I don't know how he got hold of it. I don't know how he got hold of it, because they are like gold dust.
Yeah.
There's this is the second gift. Now bear in mind, this is I don't know where he's rummaged these up from. This is an XFM compilation album.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
managed to sort that out somehow.
Excellent.
I don't know how he sorted that out. There's another compilation album which has got some sort of indie type hits of these. But this is
Have
possibly.
you got a film to give away?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
What
'cause
film, though? Because
I know you're a big fan of DVDs.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
one
yeah,
of the big hot releases that everyone's keen to get their hands on.
Not arbitrary, is it? It's not the only one. No, this film title won't be an arbitrary film, will it? It'll be a big.
Rick, I don't want you thinking that the film that Carl has sorted out here is that he's sourced for us is just an arbitrary thing that you wouldn't get. You could buy for $3.99 in HMV.
Yeah.
Right, they're giving
in one
these
of those
away.
big, one of those big baskets.
Exactly. I don't know who is phoning up to try and win this,
Okay.
but you can be
If
lucky
this is
winner.
your favourite film, it's yours.
Exactly.
Okay.
But this is the big star prize.
What
This is
is
the one
it?
you're all playing for. It's Children of the Corn. Stephen King's Children of the Corn. It's a widescreen presentation on DVD.
Imagine getting that and going, excellent. We can watch this now.
But Rick, I mean, let me just run through some of the cast. Peter Horton. Pete Horton's in it, and that's about
I'll
it.
tell you what, I don't want to give it away if Hort is in it.
Exactly.
I'd love to see his performance
Reporters is in
again.
it. Also, Linda Hamilton. I know you're all
Linda
they're all big fans
Hamilton,
of
she
Linda
plays a piece of corn.
Hamilton. Exactly. And I don't know what I've not seen Children of the Corn. I could be wrong, but
But
it
that's
says
great.
it
Carl,
says
when
it's
you
amazing.
rooting around the office, why don't you start throwing like a mouse mat and a pair of scissors and a pencil? Because that is just arbitrary.
That's an arbitrary selection
That's next week's stuff.
But also I should say we also have some. This is a little bit more exciting. We've also got some tickets for DJ Shadow,
Yeah.
who's performing at the Brixton Academy this
He's good,
evening.
isn't he? He's good at
9 o'clock.
DJing.
So he's very good at DJing and
plays
scratching and the
plays all the records that you want.
Exactly.
Plays all the records that you want. Don't bring your own. He's got them all. He's got them all. I've seen him arrive. He's got 2 big bags of them.
Yeah. So there's 3 pairs of
that's
DJ
sick.
Shadow tickets. We'll give those away later as well.
Is there any
Don't
lemonade?
just start phoning arbitrarily now.
No.
We'll give those away in our
Is
own
there
good
any
time.
lemonade?
Sorry.
I need some lemonade.
Okay. Well, while we sort out some lemonade, let's play a tune. Come on, Carl. What's wrong?
Whoa, Carl!
Ryan Adams from his new album Demolition, a track called Nuclear.
Yeah. I've found a new way of making it more exciting. When you're talking about something, I'll go, yeah, brilliant, agreeing with you, making it all interesting.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really good album, that.
Yeah.
And it's apparently just a collection of sort of demos and songs he had lying around.
Oh, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
You know, we're giving away those DVDs and Children
Look
of the
forward
Corn.
to that, Children of the Corn.
I've got an interesting anecdote about the Office. Carl, me and Carl went out, right? With me and Jane, Carl and Johnny and Gigi, wasn't it? Carl, I'm talking to you, wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't
Gigi was
Is it important
What's
who
his
went?
No.
Okay.
But we're walking down the street. Carl was there though, and he can back me up on this. We had a curry. We were walking back, and this little funny homeless fella, didn't he? He oh, I got to tell it before I go, didn't he?
Yes.
he came up to me, right, and he recognised it. Talking's more difficult than you think. Right, and he came up to me and he went, oh, he said, I've just nicked 5 of your DVDs from HMV, and he shook my hand. He was so happy with it, and I went, right, excellent. He went, all I do is I just swing the bag over the top, like that, when I'm going out, and he had a bag full of DVDs, didn't he? And he was so pleased to tell me that he'd stolen. That great.
He said they're going like hotcakes.
Yeah, he said they're going up, of course they are!
Yeah, you're nicking them.
I know, we get paid for them though, don't we?
So not the stolen ones?
Don't we?
No. What do you mean? Did you sign them for him? you idiot. What, so, he just nicked 5...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you say he was homeless, was he?
Well, he don't know, maybe.
No.
Surely, how would he have seen the show? He'd just walked past Curry's one
Dixon's.
morning.
Yeah, to tell you,
Seen a trailer for it, thought, interesting.
I don't know if he was homeless. I didn't go into his home
Sure.
life.
He
But,
shook his hand, though, and...
but
he went.
he made Carl look smart. Do you know what I mean? So, but he wasn't northern, was he?
No, it was like, do you know in the Fast Show with Paul Whitehouse, when he did that character, that shady character?
Yes.
The spit of that, you know,
Was
like a ponytail, t-shirt on, a bit too big for him, and just the movement and everything, really like a cockney, little cheeky chap type person.
A little cockney cheeky chap.
And, he just said, oh, it's you. Said,
Yeah.
you've got your DVDs, got 6 of them from HMV, going like hotcakes they are. And then off he went, whistling.
Yeah.
Well chuffed with himself.
Yeah.
Going like hotcakes.
What was he gonna do with them then? Probably sell them.
Yeah.
How does he sell them? Where does he sell them? Does he go up to people and go, do you want an Office DVD? They're not nicked.
Yeah.
4 quid.
Yeah, exactly. Are these stolen? No.
No. They've still got the tags on.